Welcome, everybody, to The Dynasty, a podcast on the Alabama Crimson Tide. I'm Chris Stewart, of course, joined by national champions A.J. McCarron, Trent Richardson. New episodes of the show drop each week on YouTube, Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you're looking for the show, just go to thedynastybama.com and also on social media at thedynastybama. We are very fortunate and pleased to have with us special guest, as you can see, the head coach of the Crimson Tide, Kalen DeBoer. Coach, you have to deal with me all the time. I'm going to let them talk to you. I do want to ask, though, you were talking about the SEC, after the SEC championship game, the difficulty in trying to be on rhythm when you had so many guys that were beat up, banged up, and either couldn't practice at all or were limited. Where is the fine line in a basically 2-week scenario in getting those guys the needed rest and rehab they need, but also the reps you need as a squad to be as sharp as you need to if you're going to advance?
Yeah, I think it depends on the position. I think it depends on just what the situation is with each individual guy. And so yeah, I'm looking forward to having the guys, I mean, not just physically, but mentally have a couple days here just to get fresh. And they're taking care of school, finals and all that good stuff. Yeah, we still got classes. In fact, I got to throw this in there. We have 37 guys that will have their degree on our football team as of this Saturday. We had
That's awesome.
16 already and then 21. I was trying to figure out the timing for practice. And sometimes I know in the summer classes, there's maybe like 3 or 4 that walk at the end. And it's like, okay, we can kind of have practice somewhat close, to the graduation. And I was thinking that might be the case. And they go, yeah, you're not gonna be able to do that. You have 21 guys walking on Saturday with graduation. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. But yeah, this is a good time. Just like a normal bye week, getting some guys back. But I think as much as anything, getting more guys just healthier, fresh mentally, physically.
AJ?
All right. Of course, I got to talk about QB position. The way I look at this position is like a 3-point shooter in the NBA, like a Steph Curry or all-time greats, Ray Allen, where if you're in a slump and you can't find a basket, finding easy ones like a backdoor cut, getting to the free throw line just to see it go in. How do you, as offensive coach, how do you find Ty to get back into that rhythm and the confidence that he was playing with earlier in the year?
Yeah, no, I mean, if we want to keep it with the basketball analogy, I think we need to have other people help get him open sometimes,
Yep.
to get a good look, and that might be schematics and things like that from what the coaches can do. And some of it might be just us, everyone doing a better job. I don't care if it's a little bit split second longer in protection. Just let's make a catch that maybe wasn't just a gimme, for him, some of those type of things. And so everyone, I think, is always a part of the execution and what it looks like. And when it's clicking, it's a beautiful thing because guys are making plays for you sometimes too. And, that's what we just got to do. We got to find that confidence. Again, that's what, a bye week can do is you just get back to the fundamentals, the basic things, and, get guys working together so they can be out there and go make plays on Saturday. But yeah, you want to find the easy things, the gimmies, as you're referred to, that can get that rhythm back sooner than later.
And coach, of course, I got to talk about the run game. Trent here. My biggest thing for the backs, and it's not to me. I get it. We got to be able to run the ball, protect and tie. I know protection was better for the running backs last week, but it's been not consistent enough for me. And I know that was a big thing in our room when I was there. And so just keeping the quarterback protecting and keeping him for having happy feet like you were just saying, and kind of how can we enhance the run game going into the playoffs? Or do you even think that's possible right now?
Yeah, I do, and we do such a good job of it for a lot of the season. And then there's been some times we didn't do as good of a job here as of late. I think running backs are definitely involved with that, and we gotta um, you know do things where we're getting rid of the ball, quick. We always incorporate that into the plan. But also just fundamentally, technically, just sticking your nose up in there and doing your job. And so all things we know we're capable of, we've shown it. And, it isn't just like it's one guy that can do it. We have multiple guys that can do it. And so they all got to take ownership in it and continue to work on it and practice. I think that's the thing that you want to do is you want to get better in practice, but you got to be out there and practicing to actually get better at it fundamentally too. So looking forward to the end of the week here when we really hit it full speed ahead, working on a lot of those fundamental things that, again, everyone can improve on to make it look better a week from now.
That was part one of our interview with Coach Kalen DeBoer. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with part two right after this word from our sponsors. College football not feeling as juicy as it once did? Well, let me put you on to something that'll shake up your Saturday and every other day of the week. Because now that Wendy's has crispy chicken tendies and a powerhouse lineup of new sauces, it's time you transferred to the hottest team in the league.
That's right. Team Tendies. Wendy's Tendies. They're making an undeniable rookie season, one for the books.
Enjoy first-string flavor from some five-star recruits. Rep your new favorite team everywhere you go, but make sure to cheer with your mouth closed. Take it to the end zone of savory sauces like honey barbecue, creamy ranch, and the new Wendy's signature sauce to experience a total taste bud blitz of flavor. It's time to join a team that won't upset you with an upset. Taste the phenom that's gracing the gridiron with its juicy, crispy, and tendery tendencies.
Don't fumble the bag. Commit to Team Tendies and call the most delicious plays in the playbook. All right, huddle up. Tendies on three. Tendies on three. 1, 2, 3.
Tendies.
Let's do this.
Wendy's Chicken Tendies, now at participating U.S. Wendy's.
Home remodeling shouldn't be stressful. At West Shore Home, it doesn't have to be. By using cutting-edge technology from real-time scheduling to precision scan-to-plan measurements, they make your remodel fast, easy, and convenient. Learn more at westshorebath.com.
Whether it's a tub-to-shower conversion, walk-in tub installation, full bathroom remodel, new windows, an entry or patio door, or even full house flooring, hundreds of thousands of homeowners have trusted West Shore Home with their projects. Why? Because they only use teams of highly trained employee installers, never subcontractors. This ensures a consistent, world-class experience every time.
And right now, when you buy a full bath remodel, you'll get a second shower absolutely free. Plus, flexible financing options make it even easier to get started.
Learn more at westshorebath.com, and you can have someone out as early as tomorrow. That's westshorebath.com for a buy one, get one savings from West Shore Home.
Support for the Dynasty comes from Google. We hear commentators talk about the spread offense all the time, but what if you don't know exactly what that means or what makes it different from other offensive schemes?
You can keep wondering, ask your friends, hope that they know what they're talking about, or you can use AI mode in Google search.
You can just type, "Help me understand what a spread option offense is and why a football team would choose to run it." Yep, you can ask all that in one search, and you'll get an organized and helpful AI-powered response with everything you need to know.
But it doesn't end there. Let's say you want to keep going deeper. With AI mode, you don't have to start a whole new search. You can ask direct follow-ups, like break down how it compares to the pro-style offense based on overall philosophy, types of formations used, and pace.
AI mode is great at these types of comparisons, giving you a side-by-side analysis and helping you get the full story from one question to the next.
So if you don't want to just watch the game, but really understand it, you can just ask Google.
From a rapport standpoint, like when I look at a team, I believe an O-line is the biggest brotherhood out of anybody on a team from a unit standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
How tough has it been to rotate, 7, 8 guys at times with this O-line, and for them to build a rapport with each other where when you're playing in a loud environment and you can't communicate and you can't hear anything. Hell, I say it all the time. We played in Florida. They scored on the first play of the game, 85-yard touchdown bomb over Drake or Patrick. I called the first play from the sideline. The second play in the huddle, I had everybody looking at me like, what? And I had to call timeout. I put my smartest guy on this side and I passed the play around and we all looked at each other. But when you're playing in an environment like that, and
Just
I'm
know
thinking
I was
of,
the guy on that other side. I was the guy on that side.
I'm watching in the Georgia Dome. When I see things from a sense of play and teams are walking around and it's not really them blitzing 7 guys more than you have. It's a lot of times 5, maybe at most 6 guys, but we struggle from a sense of setting too shallow and passing off stunts and everything. Does any of that have any effect from having a rotation of guys and not having a rapport with certain guys as, a full unit would normally have from a communication standpoint?
Oh yeah, I think continuity is always huge, and I know you're kind of referring to us. We rotated a lot of guys early in the year, and some of it was we did actually through much of the year. And then there comes a point too where it's not just like, oh, you're choosing to do this; it's you're having to do this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even if guys are suited up, it
Not
isn't just
healthy.
like any other position too. It's not always that just because a guy's not out there, it's because he's in the doghouse, right? It's
Yeah.
probably something else going on too,
Yeah.
physically, and we're just working him through it. But you're trying to put the healthiest guys out there, trying to get guys a chance to maybe 2 weeks from now, 3 weeks from now, be at 100% rather than have any setbacks in a game. And you got guys that actually can go out there and you feel like can perform too. That's another part of it. So yeah, what you're saying is exactly right. An offensive line, the more snaps they have together, reps together, just like anything, you're going to be better. And
Yeah.
so we've hung in there for the most part with the same group the last few games, and then Dewberry was out this last
Yeah.
week at left guard, and so that hurt. And not having him, but Gino has played a lot of snaps for us. It's been at center, it's been at right guard, and it's been at left guard, so it has been all over the place a little bit for him too. But we believe in him, we count on him, and then we had to work Will in there at left guard as the game went on as well. So hoping to have that continuity back for not just game, but practices. Starting the end of the week, going into the next week.
Trent, you got it open for him?
Yeah, I got one more for you, man. Going into the playoffs, how do you keep the morale high? Ensuring, everyone stay focused, keeping the players, I know people gonna be pulling on left or right, it's going into, Christmas and all this other stuff. Like, how do you keep the morale high?
Mm-hmm. I mean, well, this is what we've been working for. You guys, I mean, talking to national champions here, this is what you work so hard for, is that opportunity to compete for that. And so whatever happened before, good, bad, ugly, it doesn't matter now. Everyone's in this spot and it's go time. It's been go time. I'm proud of the way these guys have had to handle, whether it's backs to the wall. It wasn't like it was like we only had one more shot, but we knew that once we got past week 1, the leash was short as far as what we had as wiggle room, and so these guys, I'm proud of the way they've just continued to stay the course and keep the pedal down in their preparation, and in pressure moments and in different times throughout the season, find ways to just go out there and leave it on the field and find ways to win. And now we're at that point where, like I said in our team meeting the other day, is like, if I'd have told you at the beginning of the season you'd have been in the conference championship and you get a chance to play in the first round playoff game here, man, you'd all said, absolutely, coach, like, sign me up for that, and that's where we're at. And so keep getting better from a morale standpoint. I mean, this is a close-knit group that loves each other. They're extremely excited about the next opportunity, and it's going to be a great challenge against Oklahoma, who's got a great football team, in it for a reason. And we had a battle with them at home. So from a Christmas standpoint, I hope these guys don't get a chance to go home. I mean, you know what I mean by that, because we play that first game and then there's really not a lot of opportunity with travel and things like that, kind of just taking a big view of the calendar. Hopefully, we're doing things around Christmas time and getting ready for the next round. But first things first, we got a game against Oklahoma.
Yes, sir.
Speaking of Oklahoma, how excited, I kind of compare it to us playing Georgia for the second time this season, and now Oklahoma. I compare it a lot to the NFL from a sense of it's always hard to beat a team twice. But the fact that I think us getting the draw of Oklahoma is probably the best draw other than Ole Miss and Tulane from an opponent standpoint, even though not saying they're not a tough matchup by any means, but the fact that you played them already and you only played them a couple weeks ago. Them changing schemes and packages and everything is probably not major by the time you play them, next week. So how excited are you as a coach, coaching staff, the team to be able to have a chance to face them again? And then how well does that fit for you?
Yeah. For us, we're excited because it's the playoff game. I think every game is its own game. And so getting caught up and we can't, kind of what we talked about a week ago was getting ready for Georgia, is that the first game really doesn't mean anything other than what you take from it and learn from it. And that's what we got to do here too. It's its own game, just like we would talk about every play being its own play. Someone's going to make a different call against the same call you make, and each situation is different. We're going to be on the road. We're not at home. We're going to be in a really crazy environment there. We know what that looks like from a year ago at Oklahoma. And so they got a lot of momentum internally, on their side. And, they're excited their fan base is excited for what they've accomplished this year. So we're just looking for the challenge, and we'll take the things, like you said, two teams that know each other well. We'll take those things, know what we need to do better, know the areas that, maybe strength versus strength or weaknesses as far as how they match up, put a plan together. And I know our guys will be excited to go execute it.
Coach, last thing before we let you run. It's only the second year of this format, so it's Alabama's first time to be in this. For a lot of teams that advance beyond first round or two, this is kind of uncharted territory for not only players but coaches to have a season that goes like this. But that's not the case for you. Most of your head coaching history has been in a long-form playoff situation, your NAIA days, and I know it was a shorter version 2 years ago when you were at Washington and got to the national championship game. But how much does that experience help you, not having to ask around about a blueprint, but already having a binder that's got that in terms of what you want workouts to look like?
Yeah, it's different. I mean, I think I counted this is the 13th time I've been a part of a playoff. And I think all but the one have been, you got to go 4 rounds. And so that's what this is. And so the difference is that it in the previous days, it was every weekend, and here it's just solely focused on this game because we have 13 more days if you get to that point to be able to focus on week 2. And then it's less and less as you get into the next 2 rounds. But, for us, it's just all in on this, this stretch right here, what we can control. And, but it's an awesome thing. I told the guys I like the playoffs. So win or go home. I mean, this is, the same amount of pressure on every team right now, and what you're doing. And, we've had that pressure on us all season long. We've kind of felt like we've played a playoff game. I guess you could say a little bit about Oklahoma the last couple of weeks for them as well. But that's the beautiful thing about playoffs and this time of the season. So we're looking forward to it. Happy to be in this spot and just, be in attack mode. That's what you got to be in, and do what you do. We understand what our identity is right now, understand the areas that we need to continue to improve on.
Big thanks again to Coach Kalen DeBoer for joining us today. And don't forget, new episodes of our show drop each week on YouTube, not just during football season, but year-round. YouTube, Apple Podcast, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you're looking for the show, just go to thedynastybama.com. Also, wherever you're listening, we ask you please rate, review, and check us out all across social media at The Dynasty Bama. For AJ McCarron, Trent Richardson, I'm Chris Stewart. Thanks again for joining us. Roll Tide, everybody.